painting at home with a file in hand, blinging up tipsy, got the sleuthing planned. Nails by Misty, I craft and I slay, with true crime tales while we polish all day. Charms, chrome killers and glue, DIYNails with a crime-loving crew.
Hey everyone, it's T. Welcome back to my channel. If you cannot tell, we are going to do some nails today, and we've got a lot of stuff pulled out for them. I don't know if y'all know, but it is National Cheese Lovers Day soon, so I've decided I need to do some cheese nails. We're going to do 4 different kinds of cheese. I want to do Swiss cheese, cheddar, blue cheese, and then American cheese. So we're going to give it a try. I've pulled out all of these things to use. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, sit back, relax, and let's get going. Okay, we're back. Gloves are on, and we've got our 4 tips here. We've gone ahead and filed off the end of the tip, so there is no nip or end or nub, whatever the heck you want to call it. And we're going to, the first piece of cheese, or the first cheese nail I want to work on, is going to be our Swiss cheese. And Swiss is kind of like sort of a milky white, but slightly got a little bit of a yellow to it. So we are going to use our milky white from Born Pretty. I feel like that's just, I mean, hello, you have to kind of use that. We're going to use that, but we're also going to mix it with a little bit of yellow, just to give it that kind of more of a cheese kind of a look, right? So let's grab some tools here that we're going to use. When I found out that it was National Cheese Lovers Day, I was like, oh my gosh, got to make some cheese nails. I don't know if you know, but cheese has been around for more than 7,000 years. And there's about 1,800 different kinds of cheese. So when I found that out, I was like, holy crap, I had no freaking idea. I like cheese, but I'm not a huge cheese lover. Like, I will not be one of these people that will like sit and just eat like hunks and hunks of cheese. My best friend Lori, I have literally seen her take like a bite out of like a cheddar cheese block, and it has grossed me out so much. So, we're most definitely not that kind of a cheese lover. All right, so I've got my white out. I want to add a little yellow to it, and I'm going to add probably, not that one. That might be slightly too yellowy. Ooh, I feel like this might actually, I mean, it's bright freaking yellow, but it's kind of got like an orangey yellow, and we're only going to add a little bit of it. I just want to make it slightly more yellowy looking. I'm going to mix this with my hands. We're going to add a drop of brown to this. So we're going to put it right there. So this is what we're working with so far. This kind of yellowy look, and I'm just mixing it really well. So that's all I'm doing is squishing, 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 mixing the colors. I said it was brown, but it's more of a peach color. Like literally, that's all I'm putting in. These work so well for not only stamping, but for rolling out and mixing things where you don't have to touch it with your hand. So 1 second, please. Thankfully, we're going to be able to use that as a base. There we go. I feel like that is much more of a Swiss cheese color. All right, so our first nail here, like I said, is going to be our Swiss cheese nail. So I'm just picking this up on here. And we are going to use our silicone tools that we have, and we're just going to press this down on the nail. So we're just covering this whole nail. Okay. So there's our cheese, right? I'm going to take this little circle here at the end of our dotting tool, and I'm just going to make some circles in our cheese. Some of them are going to be bigger than others. Some of them are going to be coming off the end of the nail. Just trying to round some of them out, make them a little deeper. Ha! This is hilarious if you ask me. Would you like a cheese, some Swiss cheese? Okay, I want to make, like, I think I'm going to make this one larger. And then maybe this one over here will make a little bit bigger. Oh my gosh, this is freaking hilarious. Okay. We need one big one, kind of like right there. There we go. All right. That is our Swiss cheese nail. We will add a little bit of like nail art dimension, like gel to it. But I feel like that's a great cheese nail. So we're gonna put that in and let that cure for 60 seconds. All right. Our next nail is going to be a piece of cheddar. Okay. Oh, yes. Much better. All righty. Cheddar cheese, anyone? Yes, much better. All right, so I want it to be a wedge of cheddar. So I want it to come to a point. My gigantor wedge of cheddar cheese. All right, in the lamp she'll go. She's going to cure for 60 seconds. While we are doing that, we're going to look at this one, and I feel like it just needs a little bit of something, something. So hold on. I'm going to get a... All right, all I did was just get a little of one of my palettes and grabbed some paint that was basically the same color as our cheese. And we're just kind of going over it. I really feel like that looks like Swiss cheese. All right, in the lamp that goes. We are going to do string cheese. So string cheese, I feel like milky white with just a little bit of, maybe just a smudge of yellow to it. All right, we want some milky white. Come on. There we go. All right, milky white. And again, like I said, this is going to be string cheese on this one. So I'm just kind of mushing it right now. Let's look at our Swiss. Oh, I think our Swiss turned out so awesome. Swiss cheese. Now, here is our cheddar. We're going to put our cheddar like right here on this nail. So let's get some of our really thick, oh, not that one. That one's the really, really thick. All right. Before we do that, though, I do want to sponge, I think, a little bit of like kind of like a red rind around here. So let me grab a color that I want to use. Okay, so I just grabbed my Y2K palette from mortar, and when you open it, it's got this crazy red here. I am gonna not use my tweezers. Oh, just look at her. Grab my sponge, dip it in. I mean, oh, there's a piece of Teresa's hair on there. Dip it in, not a lot. I don't need a lot on here. So, like we took a slice of cheddar out, nice wedge of cheddar. Because we're now making string cheese. I really wanted to do string cheese. I just thought it would be hilarious. All right. Before we do that, though, let's finish up this nail and get it out of our way so we don't make a bigger mess. Shall we? I'm just going to give this a nice coat. Let it self-level some. Once it looks like it's self-leveled and all ready to go, I'm going to sit that piece of cheddar on top of it at an angle. Let it sit. We're going to let it sit. It's going to level up so nicely. It's not even funny, but it's just annoying me. It's got a piece of cheddar cheese on the top. How funny is that? I just think that is the most hilarious thing. All right, so we have leveled out nicely. We are going to put our piece of cheese right there. A lovely wedge of cheddar. And in the nail lamp, it is going to go. So I feel like with our string cheese, I'm going to want to have like 2 pieces, and I want one that's like kind of pulled apart. So we're going to cut this in half first off. Those are going to be our 2 pieces of string cheese. So, like you'll have like, let's get our paper towel here. You'll have one side that has been completely smooth. The alcohol is helping with it smooth it. I don't want to do too much. I do want it to look kind of like it was stuck in a piece of cheese with all the rest of them. All right, so that's the one piece of string cheese, right? Now we've got our other piece here. Again, making the one side super smooth and make it look like the cheese being pulled back. You know, a piece of string. Okay. There we go. Where is my, this will work. Okay, this is gonna just kind of smoothen this. Okay. Stay. Here is our other piece of cheese, our other piece of string cheese, which I think is going to be hilarious, these 2 pieces of cheese. So let's, again, put some of our Vendini down. Do not know what happened to these weird email couture nails at the end. They got like little bites out of them, it looks like. They must have got cut crooked in the manufacturing process. All right. We have our 2 pieces of string cheese right here. I'm going to stick them literally on the nail right next to each other. So here's one piece of the string cheese. Come on. I want the two to sit like that together. Our string cheese nail is going in. All right, so we have our cheddar cheese on a nail. We have our Swiss cheese nail, and I'm actually thinking about putting a little bit of red around the edge of this one. I think that would look really good. So one sec, let me put a little, just a bit around the edge. Is exactly what it needed. It's just supposed to be like the red wax around our, got one little dot that I need to clean up because that will drive me crazy. One sec. Okay, I just want to get this one little, there we go. In the lamp it goes. Let's pull our string cheese out, shall we? Okay. That's fucking hilarious. I am actually going to so I grabbed this palette here. It's a Frescobaldi one. And I'm dipping into kind of like this cream, getting some of that on my sponge, touching the yellow. I mean, just touching the yellow, and then grabbing some white. And we're going to mix that all together. For our string cheese. Just a smudge more. All I'm doing is kind of putting like a little bit of color. Not even, I mean, it's barely any. You can hardly see that there's anything on there. But it just adds a little bit to our cheese. Our cheese and nails. Alrighty. String cheese. Last nail is going to have a piece of American cheese on it. Now this American, come on, you cannot tell me that that does not look like string cheese on a nail. Okay, this last piece that we're going to do, I've saved this yellow here because we are going to add some orange to it. We're going to add some of, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, yes, this is the one. I'm going to add some of this to it. It's going to get very orangey cheese looking. And then we're going to roll it into a square. Roll it into a square, you know what I mean. Shape it into a square after we get it all mushed together. Let's be honest. I'm not sure how much cheese is really in American cheese. I'm just not. But I do feel like that is a lovely piece of American cheese we have here. Yeah. That's looking good. All right. We are going to, with our American cheese, oh my God, that's hilarious. We're going to actually wrap it. So I do want to try to make it slightly like slightly thinner. And we'll straighten up our edges again. All right, I'm gonna grab clear, and we're gonna do this with our clear. Our clear that has like little bubbles and stuff in it, but we don't care. We're hoping. Oh! Don't worry. I caught it before it went too far, but now I'm sure it's got like all kinds of shit on it, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of those, I have a feeling. It's fine. All good. All right. First things first. Rolling it. I just literally stuck my fingers in the lid of the gel. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm trying to not make a mess, and everything I touch is just getting worse. It's time for new gloves now, after all of that. Let's see if we can do this without the gloves. My hands are sweating like a son of a bitch all of a sudden. All right, I just want to roll this into a ball first. Roll it out into a fat snake. And then we're going to take our brush and we're going to use it like a rolling pin. And you're just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And rolling until we feel like it is wide enough to go over our piece of cheese. I hope some of this is at least in frame. Let's see, our piece of cheese. Oh yeah, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. All right, so I'm gonna take our cheese in the middle of our clear. And then very carefully might not have made it quite wide enough on the edges. But I think we're going to be okay. Now, I'm going to use my silicone tool and I'm just going to try to get that piece, stupid hair out of there. There's a hair stuck to this. I'm just going to grab my nuts. There we go. I'm trying to kind of like crimp the edges to make it look like the cheese has been sealed inside. All right. It's our slice of American cheese. In the lamp it goes. So these are the three that we have currently. I'm just dying. I am going to mattify a little bit. So I'm going to mattify this. I don't want it to be like super shiny. So we're going to take our cheddar cheese and just kind of mattify it a little. I'm dying. These cheese nails are freaking hilarious if you ask me. Now on this one, I am like, I want to do it as just a dry brush type thing. I don't want it to be smooth. I just kind of want it to be like a dry brush almost. Not too much. All right. Okay. Now here is our cheddar cheese. We are going to wipe it down with some alcohol. Here is our string cheese, our cheddar cheese, and in 1 second, we're going to have our American cheese, which I just think is fucking hilarious. Okay, we are back with our final 4 pieces of cheese, and I have to say, this was fun. I love these. They are hilarious. So let's take a look, shall we? So here we have a lovely piece of Swiss. It's our Swiss nail. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, American cheese. Well, I don't know if it's everyone's favorite, but American cheese in its wrapper. And a little string cheese. Let's pull a piece off. Our little string cheese. And last but not least, our cheddar. These were so fun to make. I know there are quite a few of us out there who love our cheese. So I really hope you like them. I'm going to put them on one card right next to each other so we can check them all out, and I'll be right back. Okay. Here are our cheese nails. I hope you like them. They were so fun to make, and honestly, I just needed something silly. So, yay, National Cheese Lovers Day, January 20th. I hope you love these. With that, I want to wish everyone peace, love, and joy, and I hope everyone has a great, great week. Love ya. Bye.
Fixing colors, designs on the go. In a world where mysteries glow.